Well, good morning. It's 6:46 on this Thursday morning. I'm Nick Wilson.
And I'm Ethan Foreman.
And sounds like we'll have a decent amount of sunlight for today.
Yeah, not only just today, but really for the next 6 to 9 days as we see some clear skies now on our Blackbird Bend Casino camera, and temperatures right now are stationed into the 40s and 50s across the area as we see that clearing take place. Right now, 52, some of the warmer readings in Tacoma, Cherokee, and Storm Lake, 54 in Vermilion, down to 46, some of the cooler readings in Norfolk and Wayne, the coolest spot at our sister station, KCAU-TV in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We'll see those highs today climbing into the 70s and 80s. I think this is a little underdone as we've had a lot of dry air in place, and we will continue to have a lot of dry air in place over the next week or so, but we do see some improving conditions both for temperatures and maybe some rain chances as we get toward the Orange City Tulip Festival. Those details are in your 9 on 9 forecast.
Well, it was moving day at the former Martin Airfield outside of South Sioux City. An A-7 Corsair aircraft, a Vietnam-era attack plane, had been there since 2003. Its new home will be at the Siouxland Freedom Park, but first, it has to make a stop at the 185th Air Base for repairs and refurbishment. The plane no longer has an engine, so it couldn't be flown on its own, but it was too big to be moved by truck. So yesterday, 2 helicopters came from Davenport to carry the plane to the 185th.
We're going to take this plane and we're going to revamp it by taking it into our sheet metal shop, repairing any kind of rust or any kind of corrosion that's maybe happened while it sat out in the pasture out in Martin Field. Then it'll go into our paint facility over here. We'll sand it down, we'll put a new primer on it, and we'll give it a new paint job, and when it comes out, it'll look exactly like it did back in its day when it rolled off the line.
The plane is expected to be installed at the Freedom Park in a couple months. Well, elsewhere in Siouxland, hundreds of people in Ida Grove, Iowa, hiked and biked their way around town. 577 kids took part in yesterday's 31st annual White Thompson Hike Bike-a-thon, in addition to plenty of grown-ups and teachers. The event serves as a sort of reward for kids after raising money for the OAB-CIG Dollars for Scholars College Scholarship Program. 2 of the kids who took part yesterday say they look forward to the event every year.
Doing it with my friends. I like to walk. I think walking is easier than biking.
Are you riding or are you biking?
Walking.
You're walking this year?
Yes.
Why have you decided to walk?
So I can get exercise.
This year, a total of more than $300,000 in scholarships will be split among 52 graduating seniors. All right, well, it's Thursday morning, and that means it's time for Celebrating the Nines.
That's right. We only have one number 9 birthday to celebrate this week, which means this is also our winner. Emery turned 9 just a few days ago on Monday, May 5th. So a big happy birthday and congratulations to Emery.
And remember, if you want to celebrate your 9s with us, well, it's easy. Just go to SiouxlandProud.com and click on Celebrating the Nines under the Contest tab to enter by Tuesdays at noon. Now it's time we meet today's Stray of the Day. Every day we share a pet picked up by Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue, who's just waiting to go home.
That's right, and this is Rolo, a 4 to 6 month old male short hair black and white kitten. He was found on Carlin Avenue. The rescue says he's a sweet kitten with a ton of energy and personality. He also gets along well with other animals. Rolo will be available for adoption starting next Wednesday, May 14th.
And if you lost your pet, you're looking to adopt, or you'd like to sponsor a pet for adoption, well, you can visit the rescue's website. Head over to SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com. And Rolo sure looks like a nice kitten. just seems pretty friendly and great that he gets along well with other animals.
Yeah, that is certainly a good thing, and also maybe getting along great with Mother Nature right now with all the sunshine and warm conditions we have coming over the next few days. Satellite and radar shows that most of that rain and cloud cover we saw yesterday has fizzled out of the region as we see plenty of sunshine expected for our Thursday. We may start off with a few patchy clouds this morning, but that will quickly taper off into the afternoon hours from east to west. High pressure moves to our east overnight tonight and to tomorrow morning, as you see north of Davenport toward Madison and Green Bay. That's going to give us a cool start to our Friday, especially in our eastern areas. The further west you go, the warmer you will be to start the day on Friday. And as that high pressure system moves to our east, we'll see a clear and warm day coming up on Friday, but it's not going to be our warmest day in the 9-on-9 forecast. We see that continue from Saturday all the way through next Tuesday as a cold front approaches, but it's not quite going to make it, as we're going to see that line of showers pretty much fizzle out. And I think this cold front actually goes a little too far into our coverage area into Saturday morning before it fades out. We'll see those skies clear out later in the daytime on Saturday. Don't expect much accumulation from that rain. In fact, may not even reach the ground. Sunnier and slightly cooler today as we see a high of 81. Winds out of the east 5 to 10 miles per hour, dropping down to a low of 47 tonight, clear and quiet. Those winds still out of the east-southeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then we'll see those temperatures heat up as we head throughout the weekend, back in the upper 80s, possibly some 90s as we get into the Mother's Day holiday weekend. And we'll also see fire danger risk increase starting on Mother's Day as well, continuing through at least Tuesday as we see wind gusts climb up to 40 miles per hour, small chance of rain next Wednesday. Guest weather returns with the Orange City Tulip Festival next Thursday, May 15th. That's with Chief Meteorologist Victor Perez.
Now we turn to sports. A Metro High School soccer team was looking to book their ticket to state. Anthony Mitchell has those highlights and more right here in your morning sports wrap.
Good morning, Siouxland. The South Sioux City Cardinals boys soccer team had one goal in mind heading into last night's district final, and that was to make a return to Omaha. SSC looking to book its spot at state at home against Millard South. Cardinals made the move up to Class A this season and just one win away from going to state. Millard South coming off an upset of top seed Millard West. SSC leads 2-0 second half. Patriots misplay this one. Cesar Alvarez makes them pay. Beautiful finish. Gets it past the keeper. Cardinals boost its lead to 3-0. Patriots, though, staying persistent. They draw the penalty kick and make the most of it. It's 3-1, but it's not enough. South Sioux City goes back to state with a 3-1 win.
It's amazing. It's one of the best feelings I've had so far as a coach, because these were my first freshmen that I had are now seniors as a head coach, so it's a very special moment.
I mean, it feels good. This is our school. This is our community. It feels good.
The Cardinals' state quarterfinal opponent and game time is yet to be determined. The countdown has come to a close for our remaining NEIA baseball and softball squads, who now know who and where they'll be playing to kick off the national tournament. Just one Siouxland GPAC baseball team remains in the hunt for the red banner. Briarcliff, the Chargers, earn the number 5 seed in the Lakeland bracket. They'll face number 4 Abraham Baldwin in the opening game of the pod on May 12th. The Chargers punched its ticket to the national tournament for the first time since 2015 after winning the GPAC tournament title, feeling grateful to represent the Cliff on the national stage.
It's just so cool. I'm just so ecstatic for our guys, for our staff, for our school. It's something that we've talked about all year, and to have it be here just feels surreal.
It feels awesome. I know there's going to be a lot of people behind us back home, and they really showed out for the championship game, and I know there's going to be a lot of people rooting for us, and that feels good.
This is what it's all about. This is what you dream about. It's just playing at the national level and getting to compete against the best.
The NEIA softball national tournament field is set as well, featuring 2 local GPAC teams. Northwestern, the top seed in their bracket, hosting the opening round at Open Space Park in Sioux Center rather than their home field in Orange City, beginning its quest for the red banner on Monday, May 12th against the winner of Baker and Northwestern Ohio at 5 p.m. Meanwhile, the Morningside Mustangs secured the number 5 seed in the Oklahoma City bracket. They'll face number 4 Houston Victoria in the opening game of the bracket on Monday at 1 p.m. Stay tuned to KCAU-9 Sports for all of your NEIA tournament updates. That's your look at sports. Have a good day, Siouxland.
Now let's take a look at this morning's top stories, what you need to know before you go. Safety officials urge farmers to be careful with farm equipment and not to overexert themselves as planting season continues. Now this comes as one man died and another was seriously injured in a farm accident in Minnehaha County, South Dakota earlier this week. The sheriff's office there says the men were working on a large tractor when it accidentally started and ran them over. Other farmers in the area have heard about the accident. One says it's easy for small mistakes to spiral into something bigger, especially during the busy seasons.
When we are in the managing, trying to get everything done, we tend to maybe go a little farther, a little harder than we normally do, and we think we're okay, but we're a little tired, and that's when just that one little lapse can cause a problem.
Along with urging farmers to be cautious with machinery, the sheriff's office also wants to remind drivers to keep an eye out for slow-moving farm equipment on the road. Meanwhile, the efforts to elect a new pope are still in progress in Vatican City. Cardinals returned to the Sistine Chapel early this morning. Around 5 a.m. our time, the chapel's chimney released black smoke, indicating the 133 voting clerics still have not selected the next leader of the Catholic Church. The next pope must receive 2/3 support from the cardinals to be elected. That process can take several rounds of voting. The next vote is expected sometime early this afternoon. And in the meantime, millions of people are paying close attention to the conclave's proceedings. Here in Iowa, visitors to the Grotto of the Redemption in West Bend are among that number. The grotto is a religious landmark that began construction back in 1912. Since then, roughly 6 million people have visited the site. Folks yesterday said the decision the Cardinals face in selecting a new pope is not an easy one.
We got to pray for them to make the decision, the right decision, pick the right pope, which is hope the Holy Spirit's guiding all these Cardinals. So
because of the political upheavals, spiritual, moral upheavals, conflicts around the world, we need that Catholic leadership. It's very important, and we ask for everybody's prayers.
The rocks, gemstones, and shells used in the grotto were collected from around the world over the course of decades. Well, finally, the South Sioux City Public Library is offering a chance to learn about stress management today. At today's Lunch and Learn event, folks are encouraged to bring their lunch and attend the presentation over the noon hour. Kate Limke of Heartland Counseling will share stress management methods, including grounding. That process uses sensory awareness to help calm anxiety. One last check on that forecast. Enjoy today because we'll have days later on that are warmer than this one.
Yeah, certainly. And right now we see a lot of drought conditions. So speaking of anxiety, I'm anxious to see what that drought monitor looks like later on today when that comes out. High temperature of 81 degrees, sunnier and slightly cooler, dropping down to a low of 47 tonight, clear and quiet. Your 9 on 9 forecast showing that we'll see temperatures heating up as we head throughout the weekend. Make sure to wear plenty of sunscreen, take breaks in the shade if you're going to be outside, and drink plenty of water. That continues all the way through next week as we slightly cool down for that guest weather Orange City Tulip Festival next Thursday.
Yeah, that weekend and Mother's Day especially looking warm.
Yeah, stay cool.
Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.